106, and that's exactly what people do. Got contacted overnight by Christian. Rather than me tell you the story, he joins me by phone. Christian, good morning.
Good morning, Neil.
I'm good, my brother. I'm good. Why do you give McDonald's in Ballincollig 1 out of 5 for food, 1 out of 5 for service, and 1 out of 5 for atmosphere? What happened?
Well, the food now, Neil, in fairness, was just out of frustration, but the service was not very good. I'll tell you, we popped in just to change the baby's nappies last night, and I had been waiting outside the changing room for maybe like 5 or 10 minutes, and I heard like banging and shouting inside in there, so it was kind of obvious they were just teenagers acting the maggot, like. So I banged on the door, and this young fella poked his head out. Loads of smoke starts coming out of the changing room, and I can see 8 teenagers like rolling joints on the changing table, and there's like weed everywhere, smoke everywhere. It was like a Snoop Dogg music video for all the world, like. So they all start running out, like roaring laughing, think it's the best thing ever. But once they were gone, like I still couldn't change his nappy in there, like there's weed all over the changing table and everything. Like,
okay, now you sent me snaps of that. So what am I looking at there? All of those little flaky bits and pieces.
Yeah,
is that cannabis, or is it cannabis with tobacco?
Yeah. Or? Yeah, it is. It's I suppose cannabis and tobacco. Yeah, but
okay. Okay, that's the world we live in, my friend. What happened next?
Well, I wasn't changing his nappy in there, like, so I came back out, and they all actually poured straight back in there. So we told a manager, and he basically just kind of got the lads to sit down in the restaurant. They were still acting the maggot, like nothing was really done. They said they were going to clean it off. So I went back in about 15, 20 minutes later, and they had just flipped the table back up, like there was still weed all over it, like so.
So it wasn't cleaned, sanitized, wiped down?
No. I had to kind of go to the back of the restaurant to change, and like it was, I felt so bad in the child, like.
So you had to change is it your son or your daughter, incidentally, do you mind me asking?
It's my son, yeah.
Okay, so you had to change your son in the eating area of the restaurant itself?
I did, yeah, which wasn't very nice for the people eating around me.
Far from ideal from everybody's point of view. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ask to speak to anybody in charge?
Yeah, my missus asked for a manager, but I suppose the staff probably just don't really get paid enough to be dealing with these situations, so I kind of understand that, but this young lady just walked in the back and they handled it. They didn't really want to speak to us.
Tell me this, like I see security guards outside of a lot of fast food restaurants and things like that. Was there a security guard there?
No, there wasn't, and I was kind of looking around for one, all right, but there was nothing like that. Like, everyone just seemed to be ignoring the whole situation.
What the heck? And you say there was about 8 of them in there?
Genuinely, like, I'm not exaggerating, 8 kids, like, rolling joints and everything on the table.
How old would you estimate?
I'd say maybe 16.
Okay, and forgive me now, because part of your email talks about the term hotboxing. Is it more popular for people to do this in an enclosed area because they get a better hit, or what?
Yeah, I think that's quite an important part of it. It's basically where they fill the room with smoke. So, like, when they're not smoking, they're still breathing in the smoke, you know.
So nobody called the Gardaí, no?
No, I don't believe so, no. I think they just wanted to leave it be and ignore it, really.
Listen, I would say that people like the staff in say, McDonald's and other people, like I know ongoing issues are persecuted in Winthrop Street in spite of the best will of the world, trying to keep things going well. I'd say they could write the book on the carry-on within their restaurants and their bathrooms and what have you. But these are kids, like, these are 16-year-olds.
Yeah, like they're probably in school right now, like, you know.
Yeah, it's the world we're living in now, isn't it? I mean, like...
It's shocking, yeah. Like, it's kind of... Cork especially is kind of getting so bad, and it's like a place I don't really want my son to grow up in anymore, you know.
And this is 7 o'clock on a Monday evening, Tuesday evening, Wednesday, it was last night, Wednesday evening. 7 o'clock on a Wednesday evening. And there's people in there wanting to eat, have some fun. You're there with your child, want to change the nappy. Others could be there with family, and all at the same time, 8 people are rolling up and smoking cannabis in the bathroom.
Yeah, and it was so obvious, like, and, there's other kids and babies around, like, and especially if it was, my girlfriend or somebody else, so a young woman with a baby trying to go in, it's a bit intimidating, like,
So these 16-year-olds go home then. Would a parent notice that they're off their head?
They must do, Neil. Like, the smell would cling to them and everything. Like, it's fairly obvious.
Okay. What happened? Did they just sit down then and get food, or what? Like, or did they eventually?
I don't even think they got food, Neil. They just kind of sat down, were being loud and just thinking they're, unreal. They were running around the restaurant afterwards when I was leaving. I don't know, were they trying to, like, I don't know, scare me or something, but it was just ridiculous altogether.
They were clearly off their head, and the running around shouting and roaring just ruins the experience for everybody else who's paying good money to have a night out and some food. It's shocking.
Yeah, really now.
Yeah, okay. Bad experience for you, my friend. I'd be very worried now about rearing people in the world we live in now. Do you worry about that with a small boy like that as to what life will be like for him?
I do, yeah. Well, because he's only 7 months old now.
I know, but I'm talking about when he grows up.
Yeah, like, I'm going to be sending him to school, and these are the kind of people he's going to be friends with, like, so, yourself, they all rub off on each other, like, and I don't really want him to be growing up like that.
No, who would want their child behaving like that? Absolutely not. Okay, we'll have to see what McDonald's have to say on the matter. I feel sorry for them. I feel very sorry for the staff. We all know of people who had jobs, part-time jobs, or even full-time jobs at McDonald's they've enough to be going on with. That shouldn't be part of their remit. I really do feel sorry for them because, it should be an enjoyable night out, but for you it certainly wasn't. Let's see if they have something to say on the matter. Thanks, Christian. Appreciate it.
Right, thank you.
Take care. Bye. Take care. Text 0868 104 106. Pick up the phone on 0818 104 106. These are the things that you have to deal with now and negotiate in life. I mean, it's, some might say, that's kind of like cannabis. That's the lower end of the scale. But equally, they could be sniffing gas canisters, to be honest with you. Popping all sorts of benzos and tablets, but maybe that's ahead of them. Some might say that's a rite of passage, but is it a rite of passage for a 16-year-old? And if so, why should it be in the bathroom or the changing area of a McDonald's? But then again, why not? I mean, people are shooting up in the stairwells of car parks and what have you. Let me stay with stories, if you don't mind, for now, and I'll catch up with texts and emails throughout the course of the morning. Antoinette.
Good morning, Neil.
There is a blood shortage, isn't there?